Okay, so let's see how we're going to use our plan to answer the question, which is the source is supportive of US aid in Europe. How do you know? And we're looking at this one. Now, as in with Germany, if we copy, we might maximum of 1 mark, really. If we just change some of the words, we can get those 2 marks before even adding knowledge in. Now, we need to use these because that is the question, to be fair. But instead of saying chaos of communism, I might talk about the dangers instead of chaos and destruction, because I can get dramatic with this one. So I'm going to change chaos of communism to the dangers and destruction of communism, just to get those 2 marks straight away without really having any knowledge as such, apart from that I know that doctors help people and that the USA thought communism was dangerous. But no specific knowledge, just that basic level 1 knowledge that we're talking about. So the source is supportive of US aid in Europe because it shows the US doctor rushing to help Western Europe to protect it from the dangers and destruction of communism. Okay. Then I want to link in my knowledge, and I want to link in provenance. So I'm going to try and shorten everything. Now we'll see. It was made in 1947, America. Not sure if that's a sentence. I know the USA did not trust the USSR because of the Stalinization of Eastern Europe. I also know this led to the public announcement of President Truman in the Truman Doctrine 1947, comma, put a date on. I also know this led to the public announcement of President Truman in the Truman Doctrine 1947, suggesting the world needed to pick a side. So what have I got? I've got my linking to the source. So I've shown that I've looked at the source, read the question. I've summarized it really quickly. I've linked in my 2 points. I've pointed out 2 points of provenance that I'm going to link knowledge to. I've put all my knowledge in to explain what I can see and explain specifically to the provenance. I've used the sentence starters I know and I also know, and then I just need to quickly say why this is then supportive. So therefore, the source is supportive because it suggests that the USA needed to be the ones. Oh, some right ones to save Europe. Okay, so you can write it this way. You can write it slightly different because we've got the gap fill. That's a different way to write it. I'm hoping this one is a shorter way. And remember, the good thing about these questions is if you come across one where you're like, I don't know the specific thing it's talking about, you can still get sort of like up to half marks by just using your common sense. Up to here, really. Okay, maybe this has got a little bit of overkill, but it is better to secure these 4 marks on question 1 to set yourself up well. So stick this into your book if it's like that. There's a room for a flap, and it should be small enough so it doesn't make your book annoying. That's going to make my book annoying because I've not cut it quite enough. I might have to fold it over. Can I fold it over? I might have to do it on a different page. Then go and do the apply question. That one, I'm not going to show you an answer. I want to see how well you do. Use the sentence starters. The source is, it was made in, I know, I also know, therefore it's whether it's critical or supportive, because. So have a go and hand it in, and I will see you lesson 2.